Jorginho. Jorginho. Don't worry, guys. We'll 100% be getting to our other topics tonight because obviously our main topic is obviously going to be about Dani Alves and thoughts upon this. So we're definitely going to get there. But I just thought that it is only apt that we start with your boy Jorginho. So, in case you may have not been wondering, in case you have been maybe wondering what has been happening, so this we obviously have the European qualifications happening, and it was a big game between Italy and Switzerland, massive game, huge game between Italy and Switzerland, and this was a game in which if Italy were to win, they would go ahead and qualify for the World Cup. So a lot was on the line, because of course Italy are going to qualify anyway. Of course they're going to qualify. It's a foregone conclusion that they'll qualify. But you just want to just get this thing over and done with. And remember, 2018, the first time that Italy have ever failed to qualify for a World Cup. They had to go through playoffs and lost to Sweden in the playoffs. So if you're Italy, you don't want, because the worst, I don't think it'll happen, but the worst disaster for Italy is you win the Euros. Really good team. Mancini has revitalized the entire team. He's done amazing work. You come second in the group. You go through the playoffs and you fail to qualify for the World Cup. You don't want that. So it's 1-1, and I think this might be the 86th or even the 89th minute. They have like a last-minute penalty. Last-minute penalty. So there's a lot riding on this huge, massive penalty that they now have. And Jorginho skies it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Jorginho the same guy who had a penalty in the Euros final? And he missed it as well. And if it wasn't for Donnarumma, Jorginho may have screwed up his chance for Italy winning that freaking Euros. Because I do remember for a long time, I think it was mainly Chelsea fans, and maybe some European football fans that said, "Oh, don't respect Jorginho. He won the Euros. He won the Super Cup. He won the Champions League," as if he was the guy who literally was the critical member of those things. I said, wait a minute. He wasn't the most important member in any of those trophies. And you have a specialist skill. You have a specialist skill. And your specialist skill is your specialist skill is to score penalties. So if you can't even score penalties, my dear friends, of what use are you to anybody? Tell me, of what use are you to anybody if you can't even score penalties? So I know like the Ballon d'Or thing is going to be in a few weeks' time. I will be shocked. I'll be shocked and appalled if somehow, some way, Jorginho actually ends up on that Ballon d'Or because he doesn't deserve to be. Because Greg, I have nothing personal against Jorginho. There's nothing personal I have against the guy, but keeping it very simple and just keeping it 100. The mere fact of the matter is that Jorginho simply, as an individual, was not good enough to basically as an individual, he's not good enough to make the Ballon d'Or list. No. Like maybe put him as top 20, top 30, but he shouldn't be top 3, top 4, top 5, even top 10. I can name me 10 better players than Jorginho this year. So we'll see what happens, because I think Italy are still on level points with Switzerland. So who knows? So Italy could still be in danger of having to go through the playoffs for them to qualify, man. So we see what happens. And also, so guys also said on my timeline, I think apparently Harry Kane scored a hat-trick. And someone was saying Harry Kane is back. And see, this is my issue with the Euros things. See, guys, I'm a dot guy. I have, with all due respect, I have no time for Andorra, Albania, Luxembourg, San Marino. I have no time. Like, you scoring 5 goals against these teams literally means nothing. Again, I mean this with the utmost respect to this chronicle. I'm sure Luxembourg is a beautiful place. I'm sure San Marino is a beautiful place. So I am talking merely about football. This has nothing to do with, I'm sure, the amazing women, the amazing lifestyle, the amazing food that exists in these places. But the fact of the matter is, don't tweet me, don't call me, don't mention anything to me that has anything to do with Andorra, Albania, San Marino, or Luxembourg. Please don't. Okay, please don't, because for me that is completely. Thank you. Zero, pretty much 0%. So yeah, please don't talk to me about any of those things, because see, for me, for England and so forth, and for Kane especially, we only care about when you show up for the big times. That's why for these qualifications, it's like a formality. Could get qualified and so forth. Let's now see what you do come the World Cup. Because I tell you right now, Kane still hasn't scored in a major semi. Because that goal that he scored against Denmark, I call that green laser tax. It's green laser tax. First of all, it was a rebound, so he actually missed the penalty. And someone literally pointed a green laser in the eyes of Schmeichel. So it's green laser tax and Wembley tax. That's puts it away, because I already have my view on Harry Kane. I think the guy's overrated. I think the guy's a tree trunk, and I think that the English media tries way too hard to try and put him up as this great, amazing player, when in fact he ain't. He ain't. Okay, he's a pretty alright striker, but he's never been world class because he's never been able to be proficient, and he's never shown up in the Champions League and critical moments. Has never shown up for England in critical moments, either at a World Cup or at a Euro. So you start padding against Andorra or Albania, literally 100% means absolutely nothing, man. So obviously your boys, Nigeria, the Super Eagles, we play tomorrow against Liberia, and as I said again, let's just qualify. For your boys, the Green Ones, let's please just qualify and so forth. Because I'm a very peaceful man. I'm a very peaceful man. I don't want to, because I could go on a soliloquy about how Igalo is back in the Nigeria team, the same guy who failed to score a 1v1, which would have knocked out Messi from the group stage, which would have been an amazing piece of narrative that I could have used. So obviously I've forgiven Igalo for that. Time has passed and so forth. But to see him back in the Nigeria team when other guys could have easily taken his place, I think it's unfortunate. So put that to one side. Let's hope that Nigeria can get the points against Liberia, Cape Verde, and so forth, and make it through a group and qualify for the World Cup. And we'll see what we do in November, man. We'll see what we do in November. I think we got a boy up in here, man. Magpies.
Yo. Sorry, I know Red Devil was on a while back, so I was busy. I was busy doing my own thing.
How's Red Devil been doing these?
He's quite stressed actually. So he's got exams, Manchester United fans, all the rest of it. So he's trying to take a nice.
God, man. Jeez,
he's going to take a nice break.
Everything is fine with him, man.
Yeah, man. But at least with Newcastle, things look like they're looking up, man. So new manager, signings, backing. We just need to stay in the Premier League, and then we'll just take things from there, man. So
let me even get your thoughts on it. So did you accept the whole member? Did you see the?
Yeah, I accepted it, man. I accepted it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you can pull up comments and any comments that I missed. You can pull up any comments and everything.
You want me to help with the super chats as well, or
yeah. So basically, anything that I missed and so forth, just put them up on the screen and so forth. They can help.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do.
So, Magpies. So because before we go to the whole Dani Alves thing, what do you make of Jorginho missing the penalty and so forth? Because he missed a crucial penalty for Italy last minute that could have given them the 2-1 victory. Because guys think that Jorginho deserved to be on the Ballon d'Or podium.
Didn't he miss the penalty against England as well?
Si, signor, yes.
Okay, but he did score. There was a crucial penalty that scored.
Spain.
Yeah, against Spain. Yeah, okay.
So in the semis.
He's not if you're going to pick between say him and Ronaldo, you're going to go for Ronaldo every time, right? We agree on that, So his penalty record isn't bad. It's reasonable for Chelsea, but yeah, he has missed penalties in
but it's one of those things of where if let's say it's a last minute or it's a crucial penalty, do you want to give it to Jorginho? Probably not.
No, but I guess I'm thinking who else do Italy really have that I'm thinking. Sorry?
No. I mean that they don't have a specialist penalty taker in the team. That's the issue. So it has to be down to him.
And he is technically, because as far as one for Chelsea, isn't he your kind of de facto penalty taker?
Unfortunately, man.
So it's like, I can't really complain, because at the end of the day, the de facto for Chelsea has probably got more experience than the other. It's like when people were complaining about when West Ham lost, when Mark Noble came on to take the thing, and people said, why did Mark Noble come on? It's like, well, to be fair, like, he's West Ham's specialist penalty taker. He's got more experience, so yes, he missed it, but if he scored it, people would say, oh yeah, that was great. That was, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's he, at the end of the day, he's not going to win the Ballon d'Or anyway. So, who am I to complain?
Let me just pull up some. So from your boy, Arpgadapper says, HH, induct the Bricks who lost 9-0 against Germany. No, I won't. Because as I said yesterday, I'm not sure whether you were here in Red Devil, is that Europe has to do something. Because let me actually bring this up again for you, Red Devil, because this is the issue that I have here, man. There we go. Let me bring this up, because we had a good laugh about this. Now this, oh gosh, what's this? What the hell? Wait, hold up. Wait. No. Can I just show you this image? Open. There we go. Aha, there we go. We got it. So let me just show you this. And this is why I don't want to induct certain guys, man. Can you see that? This is the San Marino football team.
Professional. So number 3 is a professional player.
These guys are forced to play against the likes of Germany, Spain, England, Italy, and so forth. So obviously, I'm sure Liechtenstein have
number of Lucas is an office clerk, man. Guy doesn't like
Red Devil. There's a guy who's a student. There's this guy who's taking his exam, because because I was saying to myself, if you run a business, if let's say at halftime you're losing 5-0 and they say, yo, bro, we have some issues at this clothing store, you leave, because you're like, wait a minute, this clothing store brings me way more bread than this is my part-time crap.
To be fair, HH, this is still not as bad as finding out that the left back for Sheriff was their Twitter admin. That's technically that delayed the tweet.
Wait, okay, so the reason why I say no is because I can't so Germany beats Liechtenstein 9-0. Now, can anybody in the live chat or anybody name me a single Liechtenstein player that plays for a top league side? Premier League? No. Can you name a Liechtenstein player that plays for a Premier League, La Liga, Serie, Primera Liga, or Uber Eats side? Nah, didn't think you could. So that's why I can't, because certain teams should not really be allowed to be played. Your boy Abdul, oh God, Alves, leadership, mentorship, amazing signing. Abdul, we're gonna comment on that.
Yeah,
we're gonna because I have a few things to say about that, but we're gonna comment on that. Don't worry, we're gonna comment on that because it's interesting. And your boy Mr. Jobman49 says Jorginho couldn't even lace Rakitic's boots. What, bro? 1000%. As I said again, whether it's to cause offense or not to cause offense, Jorginho is an average player. And the only people that praise Jorginho are Chelsea fans, because airheaded, brilliant Chelsea fans feel the need to praise anything to do with Chelsea based on their current stupidity. Jorginho is a glorified El Neni. Yes. No. Like, bro, like, yes. Like, 100%. Like, he is. I don't know what Jorginho does that El Neni can't do. Like, I think El Neni can pass sideways. I think El Neni can pass backwards. I think El Neni can make a 2-yard pass. So what is the difference between El Neni and Jorginho? Apart from race. What is the difference between Jorginho and El Neni?
I mean, one of them has a Champions League, like it's but no, and takes a really good penalty. Jorginho does take, to be fair, when he does the Panenka thing, he does take the penalty. So yeah, you got that.
Give me a freaking break, man. All right, so guys, let's come into the reason why we're here, man. Let's come into the reason why we're here, man, and then we can get in through, man. So actually, so can you actually pull up a comments? Red
Yeah,
Devil?
let me. I'll try. Slimman
Wait,
says,
just
"Don't disrespect my
hey,
feet like
nice
that,
one,
man."
man. Nice one. Wait. So so at least I have a co-hosting help here, man. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'll keep my eyes in the chat, bro.
Yeah, man. Okay, so let's come up to our first thingy majiggy here, man. So, guys, in case you don't know, it has been confirmed. Now, Riddle, let me tell you the history, the timeline of this. So, someone sent me a message on Instagram, and they said, "Oh, Dani Alves is returning to Barcelona," and that's all they said. So I just assumed that, oh, Javi is getting Dani Alves as a part of the coaching setup and so on. Okay, that's cool. You know, you want someone that you trust, someone that really understands.
I mean, to be. I mean, to be fair, I hear Alves is still.
Don't do Alves like that. No, come on.
I think Alves is still pretty solid. So, but you know,
you see, Lord, don't do Alves like that. Because because we have to look at this from both sides of the argument, man. Like, because there are two sides here. There is an age side and there's an experience side. So it depends where the pendulum swings, whether you want to swing. Because again, if you look at age, then that Sunday comments makes sense. December 8th makes sense. And you have to be worried about December 8th. If we're talking about age and he is 38 years old, he's going to be 39 next year. But then at the same time, experience. Because what people don't understand is that, especially in Italy, I think Costa Corsa played till he was like 37, 38, 39. And many Italians played well into their late 30s. Because the thing about defending is you don't actually need to be of a high physicality or have high athleticism to be a top defender. Defending is all about brains. Because the whole point is about, I think it was De Boer who said that it's about doing 5 things in 2 steps. So it's about reading the game and anticipation. So Dani Alves's experience in the game, wealth of experience playing for Sevilla, Brazil, and Barcelona, means that he will know how to position himself and how to ensure that I don't get exposed against faster, quicker, and more mobile and athletic players. So I'm sure that he will have that wealth of talent within him to bring him in. But my thing with this whole Dani Alves thing is that you have to keep in mind that Barca have no money to spend. Z-Man, relax. Z-Man, pro clubs tonight, man. Pro clubs tonight, man. Okay, so just focus on pro clubs tonight. But you see, my thing here is we don't really know or really understand what kind of Dani Alves that we could be getting in Barcelona and how well he will fare. Because look, 2019 Copa America, he was good. He was money in that 2019 Copa America. He was money. But I think that if we go deeper into it and so forth, a 38-year-old, it's worrying. But my issue though is that if you don't have any money to spend, and if Javi says that Sergio Roberto is crap, like anybody, a chair is better than Sergio Roberto. But my thing is Dest, because Dest has been pretty good and also a bit iffy. So imagine if you're Serginho Dest, how crushing that must be. That Javi has come in and said, I so don't trust you, I'm going to bring back a 38-year-old to try now do battle with you for that right back per position, man. So, I mean, talk to me, Red Devil. I mean, with regard to this hire, man, what good, bad, good idea?
I mean, I'm looking at this whole thing, and the main thing I'm worried about is like Xavi does realize that, like, you know, he can't create like that 2010, 2011, that team like now. Like it's almost like, okay, PK is still there. Busquets is still there. I've now got Dani Alves back. You know what? I can even come on and do a job because Luke De Jong is garbage.
That's my danger.
I wonder if that. I wonder if
because that's a very interesting point. Because I'm like, wait a minute, are you trying to be like, hey man, let's have
let's get the old boys back. Last dance. You know, is David V available? In fact, we might be able to get Suarez back because he's on like. I'm just worried that like he's thinking, you know what? If we
Red Devil, if I see Puyo anywhere near this team, then I think that Javi should be sacked. He should be. If I see Puyo, then Javi should be sacked.
Is David Villa still? Is he retired or is he still freaking?
David Villa is still, he plays for New York,
bro.
In MLS.
Iniesta's in Japan, man. Just bring Iniesta. Just get the crew together, man.
If this guy really is trying to bring the band back, bro.
Like Avengers Assemble, you know what? Get those glory days. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind. I'd be interested to see how they fare. You know, see what happens. Like you never know. They might have still bored, but I mean, would you legit be surprised if like trying to get cheap signings? You know what, Iniesta, you know, for experience stuff like that.
I mean, if as I said, if Javi does it, then he should be sacked. You can Dani Alves, I don't really trust Des and so forth, and Dani Alves, he's still pretty good. I'm still a bit worried about it, but fine. You know, we need a bit of help there, and so forth. But look, Shane, don't do that. But my thing though is, I feel this is just specifically for Dani Alves. If I 1000%, because I pray, but look, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure, not fully, but I'm pretty sure that this guy isn't really thinking that, I can now bring back David Villa, Iniesta. Also, because that would be stupid and that would be the wild. Because my fear is, Javi, don't try to think that you can recycle 2011 or even 2015 because it's 2021. This is a wholly different kind of team. Because again, as we said again, he got his coaching badges on Arrakis, you know. so my thing is, again, nothing again, but like if you're, because again, I'm not sure how much we can believe in Arrakis and so forth, but do you think this will work though? Let's focus on this. Dani Alves coming back. Do you think that this could actually be a very good shoot signing? Dani Alves, 38 years old, in La Liga.
I mean, I think in the context of La Liga as itself, I think it'll be fine because you're right in terms of for the experience. It is good having that. Barcelona do have quite a young squad, and PK and Busquets are probably the oldest there in terms of the leadership and stuff. But they might be going soon or they might be staying. I don't know, but additional leadership and presumably support, because I think what I've noticed anyway with these players that like trying to other clubs that like having someone they know coming ideally and who will support them, not necessarily challenge their authority. Basically, someone in the dressing room that you can have who can support you in your decisions to get things across is quite important. So if that works, what is Falcao doing actually? I can't remember. You're muted, HH. You're muted.
Oh no! I think apparently for Falcao at his age is still saying what's up, So apparently,
where is Falcao now? I haven't watched Falcao in a while. Is he in? He's leading Liga, isn't he?
No. He scored the winning goal. He scored the winning goal against Barcelona for Volcano.
Oh, okay, that's weird. Okay, what was it? Okay, fair enough. But yeah, bro. I like for the Liga, fine. I don't think there's any issue with it. Champions League is a different matter. Champions League is a very, very different matter, and I mean,
because here's the thing. Because I want to bring up a comment, but let me just so in Bani, thank you for the double stats. Mikel OB greater than J5, but Mikel was abused. Shake my head. Fraudinho. Don't ever compare J5, J6, J7 to a player who actually knows how to play football. And I'm Bunny, weren't he the guy that was supporting Jorginho getting the Ballon d'Or? I think you were. I think there was a members hangout where you said, I believe that Jorginho deserves to be number and not put him. So you seem to be changing your tune right now. You see, this is the issue I have here. Alves was the best player at the Olympics in Japan. Abdul, maybe, you may be unaware or so forth, but last I checked, the Champions League isn't Olympics, nor is La Liga. Last I checked, December 8th is going to be a lot harder than a Copa America or an Olympics. So if you can give me he was the best player at the Olympics, and that must be something you should be proud of, then I think you are gravely mistaken, bro. Abracadabra says, if Javi beats Bayer, that's dud. Guys, pray for Aguero. No, we're going to get to Aguero. We're going to get to Aguero. It's good to me have like a doctor here. If Javi does beat Bayer, which I don't think is going to happen. Basically, that I think would be an amazing statement.
If Barcelona
could do that, that'd be huge.
If Barcelona in general beat Bayern at the Allianz, that's dud. With where Barcelona are now,
for Javi, in Javi's sense, if Javi is able to do that as a manager, bro, that'd be freaking huge. That'd be freaking huge. Your boy Hartman says Javi is building a retirement home. Barca finish 8th. You see, I'm not gonna say he's building a retirement home based off one player, but if I see Puyol here, if I see David Villa here, if I see Belletti here, if he even calls Romario and so forth, then I'm going to be like, you know what?
Can Ronaldo still play?
Bro, I think Romario is in politics right now, but who knows? Maybe he'll be desperate for an extra striker. And I think Zubizar, the writer, used to play for Barca at one point. So I don't know how deep in the Rolodex is going to roll, but no, it's only a retirement home if I see Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, and all those guys here. Mr. Mann saying the said, I miss the Us and old Zad, the technique, the sauce. Bro, somebody posted a clip of Zad back in the day, man. Bro, Red Devil, Hazard was extremely good, bro.
Are you sure? Because I've got certain clips of you saying different things to Hazard.
Yeah, sure. Keep it to yourself.
It was just there, so that.
Daddy says Messi still grabs Manu by the pushy. Daddy Us, do you know that you have to rank as one of the most awkward, weirdest, oddest people on the planet? Like, you have to rank as one of the weirdest, oddest people that I've ever experienced in my life, bro. Your boy JJ Bridge says David Villa is still better than Luke De Jong right now. He is.
Yeah.
You see, I'll be real with you. Iniesta, that's crazy. Puyol, you're having a laugh. David Villa is probably David Villa is better than Luke De Jong right now.
I mean, even Zlatan, who played for Barca, is better than Luke De Jong right now.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic is better than Luke.
And he's 40.
So. And he's on, and 100% he's better. Because obviously, we're going to get to Aguero and so forth and the whole whole thing. But with Aguero out for at least 3 months, which should probably be more. Luke De Jong being complete trash. I said, bro, you see, put it this way. Actually, how old is David Villa right now? Actually,
where's Goatway, by the way? Where's is he injured?
He's injured.
Oh, okay, fine.
David. Okay, look. David Villa is 39.
Okay.
And his birthday is on the 3rd of December.
Okay.
Which means that he's going to be 40 next month.
Okay.
So by the time Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, he'll be a 40-year-old man. David Villa.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I'm not being ageist or so forth, and I think David would be a good signing. But if your first two signings is a 38-year-old and a 40-year-old, I think Barca fans have to be worried. Just like that, I just think they have to be slightly worried if that happens. Your boy Dembele's ambulance driver, Jesus. Would you take Us at Chelsea if offered? Yes, I would. And your name is messed up. Your name is very messed up, and I take offense to that username that you have. That's that username. And yes, I would take him. Daddy U says Mikel Obi versus Sancho. Who's the best bench war warmer? Daddy Us, you're adopted. That's my answer. You're adopted, man. So look, I mean, overall,
a correct thing. I don't think presumably he won't be able to play until January, so he's not going to play against Bayern anyway.
Oh,
like
okay. How come?
It's obviously because the transfer window's not open.
Yeah, registered and so forth. Yeah.
He can't just come and it'll be from January where he'll be able to play. So he's not going to play against Bayern.
No, but I've still not yet gotten your full assessment as to whether you think this is going to be good or bad, though.
I think it's fine regarding La Liga because yes, the leadership. And again, anything with additional squad depth and the fact that, like, to be honest, he's still decent. He's a lot more passionate.
He was good at that Copa America. He was good. He was good with that.
He's passionate. So yeah, in the case of like La Liga, especially when you look at let's be real, Real Madrid are probably going to win this La Liga. They're probably going to win. Atletico Madrid are bricks. Diego Simeone basically won La Liga last season because Real Madrid and Barca were bigger bricks. So Real Madrid seems to have got their stride a bit, especially like Vinicius and Benzema, what have you, just sort of popping off. There don't seem to be any other teams to challenge it, and Barcelona are going for a transition. So I think in terms of helping Barcelona continue with their transition and also supporting Xavi in his new role, so it's not going to be leadership on the pitch. It's also it'll be management experience as well. Then Stojkovic. Then
that is from back in the blood.
But it's the Champions League that I'm worried about. That's it's a seal. If they get through to the next round,
he won't be able to hack it in the Champions League.
I mean, this is assuming, by the way, that Barcelona
they'll make it. They'll make it through. They'll make it through.
Are we sure about that? Are they definitely going to beat Benfica?
They're beating Benfica. They're beating Benfica. Let's cut that crap, bro. They're beating Benfica, bro. Come on. Let's be real.
So wait, no Fati, no Aguero, no Dembele, no Goatweight.
They'll look. Red Devil, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Your boy English Times F says HHU hater. Give respect to King Kane. World Cup 2022. Magpie, should I be giving praise to a guy scoring a hat trick against Andorra, or was it Albania?
Albania, I think. No, it's because haven't you heard the reports? City still wants to get Kane, so I think maybe now.
Excuse me.
Yeah, City still wanted to get Kane, so I think he probably overheard that and was like, right, I need to actually start playing a bit good to advertise myself.
Wait. So they want to get him in January or next summer?
I don't know. I assume it won't be until like next summer. But this or maybe it might be January. I don't know, but. Yeah.
So Kane is now trying to play for that City.
That's what I think. As soon as that report came out, like the day before, or was it 2 days ago, I'm not least surprised, like giving out a performance because, he's wanted to advertise himself more. So,
your boy King Gabani says, I had rather Mount and Kai win 3 Ballon d'Ors than J5.
I'd rather Mount and Kai win film than J5.
I swear I remember you saying that you think that J5 is that dude, and J5 should win the Ballon d'Or. So I'm pretty sure I heard you say something.
Are you sure that wasn't Maxi? The other guy.
Maybe it was Maxi. Your boy Kimberly says, but as bad as J5 is, J5 better than a Frenchie De Jong. #Larka. No, Frank De Jong is still better. I would still rather have Frank De Jong because at least Frank De Jong, at least he's J5. The guy is average, bro. The guy's beyond freaking average. Mr. Jumpman49 says David Villa taking over Memphis will be a bigger stain in his career next to his horrible rapping career. You see, look, my thing here is no. Depay, he's an okay rapper. He's not the greatest, but he's an okay rapper. But here's the thing, though, is I feel that this is more than just a player. I think this is having experience. Remember, Dani Alves, he never wanted to leave Barca. And he always felt underappreciated. So the way that he even left was a bit like, bro, you didn't really... And I always said, bro, Dani Alves was one of Barca's most important players. Like, what Dani Alves was for Barca is like what Marcelo was for Real Madrid in terms of what you did for the attack and how you
Well,
helped the
it's
attack.
interesting how two of like Barca's more, because Dani Alves and even Messi, two of Barcelona's integral players at times, they were in quote forced to leave. They had no choice. So it was interesting. Like, what happens if Alves and Messi obviously were still at the club, especially if because then you think, well, if Messi was still at Barcelona with Alves in with that, then maybe you think actually, Barcelona could potentially do something in the Liga at least, not in the Champions League, but in Liga. But obviously, Messi not being there doesn't help. But yeah, no, I just thought it was just interesting. Two key players, two influential players, but were forced because of internal issues. Yes, I've heard Ben Foster rapping.
Oh god.
Like,
rapping.
It's like I've heard worse.
No, but why was he rapping? Like, I like, what is the context of him rapping? Like,
he's got. I'm fairly sure it's on his. This was ages ago. I'm fairly sure it's his YouTube. I think it's on his YouTube show, either Instagram or YouTube, because he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. I know, because he has like a podcast and stuff.
Yeah. So it might be on that. I've either watched it on that or it was on his Instagram. So, yeah, I've heard worse.
Laddie Loose says Alves has more trophies than Chelsea. #Aston Villa. That is an irrelevant point, because at the end of the freaking day, you freaking clown, Chelsea are still the current UCL winners. The fact that I deal in recency and what has happened right now, the fact that Chelsea are current UCL winners, that is all that you need to know. You complete numbskull. Thank you, bro.
He brings this again. I don't know whether we read this. I was to win a trophy before 10-point Man U does. I mean, we can talk about Manchester United and whether or not they're going to get Brendan Rodgers. That seems to be the rumor around.
No. That's our next.
So you never know, because he did win an FA Cup with Leicester City, didn't he? I think so.
What's it called? Let's not even segue into our dear Fred now. So, I'm not sure whether you saw the vid that I posted on the channel, Red Devil does. But I posted a video of Ole's witch doctor, and his witch doctor has been activated.
I haven't watched it yet. I briefly watched the Chelsea versus United video posted today, and it was just which I thought I was actually surprised by that video. It was strange because while I think that Mourinho's Chelsea team was solid, at the end of the day, we're talking about a team that almost won a trophy.
It's attributes via attributes. It's attributes via attributes. No, because I was stumped because the manager thing I still wanted to give that to Mourinho, and I still would probably give it to Mourinho.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. But I'm just saying, when those things stack up and so forth,
when those things stack up, one team won a Champions League and a Premier League title.
Allegedly speaking. But did you see in open play though? Did you play against 10 men or 11 men?
I mean, the only thing is that. So wait, so.
But quickly, though. It's a very brief question. Did you play against?
Yeah, we did.
Was it 10 or 11 men? Like, you played against 11 men in the final?
We played against 10 men. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. And
so
then,
isn't that cheating?
cheating?
How can I wait? How can I take when you didn't even play against 11 men? How do you win that?
What's the excuse for your club not winning your Champions League?
These guys.
Why didn't your team win your Champions League, bro? In that season, why didn't Mourinho win it? What happened?
In that season, because
in that season,
no. I'll tell you what. We're busy breaking the record for least goals considered. That's why.
Well, clearly you didn't have that record because you're conceding goals in the CL. It is what it is, though, isn't it?
Oh, apparently Di Maria has just scored for Argentina, so shout out to that. It's against Uruguay.
Well, of course.
So, Brendan Rodgers rumored. How likely do you think this is actually going to happen? Oh, Trudon, shut up, man.
Yeah, that's just as a reminder there. So, by the way, you keep on saying, bro, it's Magpies, man. I keep on hearing Red Devil, man. Magpies, man.
Okay, Magas. What do you? How much do you think is going to happen, Magas or Mags?
The likelihood that Brendan Rodgers is. I mean, it's a different because I'm hearing conflicting reports that they're going to either stay with Ollie or they want to go. They're going to go for him. So at the end of the day, I'd say it's probably 50-50. At this point, maybe slightly more to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer staying, but given where he is right now, it certainly would be how can I put it? It certainly would be ideal. I think now I think Ollie, from what I can go, he's in Norway, he's with his family, stuff like laying there, and I think it just almost would be better if they were going to sack him, for him to be sacked at least where he's back in Norway, in his home, can potentially get involved in the Norwegian League. There's your prep, there's your thing. It'd be a lot more better than I think if him coming back and then him taking over like the Watford game, whatever, only to be told, okay, you're getting sacked or whatever. I almost think it'd be better if they do it now when there's not as much media attention around it and he can be in a better environment than having him come back and lead training, what have you.
No, but if he was manager, do you think that he would be good for United as a right now? Though, because I mean, like, he's done well for Leicester City and so forth. Because this is almost like the whole Moist now. Oh, geez, look at how he's sort of overachieved with this team. But we saw with Moyes, okay, he overachieved with Everton, he's overachieving with West Ham, struggled at United. So if, let's say, in a crazy world, he was manager, do you see the same Moyes thing happening, or?
A difference between Moyes and Brendan, at least for me, is that like one, obviously you saw what he did. We saw one. Well, okay, let me start at the top here. Like the key thing with Brendan Rodgers. Now, personally, ideally, what I would prefer would be to have, from what Red Devil was saying, of what I see makes logical sense, would be to have you literally are really playing along to this.
I'm losing it.
Basically, you've watched too much MCU movies.
Speaking of which, like, shout out to X-Men, man. Shout out to X-Men, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm worried. I am worried because I have a feeling that you can't make.
What's like I think the old cast are back. The guy who did
the thing is that you can't, bro. You can't make a '90s cartoon like now. Like, you know, it's not.
That's obviously the danger.
It was great for the '90s, but it's just
put it this way: it's to at least be a lot more entertaining than Eternals, though. So there you go.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what was I saying about Brendan? Yeah. So, the key, I think, thing with Brendan is that, like, Brendan is a good coach. He improves players. So whatever you say from about Liverpool, for example, like, he basically made Suarez who he was. He basically made Coutinho who he was. Like, he even found Firmino, made Firmino who he was.
Yeah.
So the key thing about Brendan is, like, he's a good coach. He improves players, and let's be real. After Coutinho left Liverpool, after Brendan, like, Coutinho was, I've never seen Coutinho good under any other manager aside from Brendan Rodgers, like at all. Celtic, okay, yes, it was Scotland, league, whatever, but still, what he did in the Scottish League was still good, and he improved players there. Then he came obviously to Leicester, and let's be real, again, got signings, especially from France, that no one really knew about, like Tillemans, Sionchu, etc. And he's improved those players, players that were nobodies, and Ndidi and so on. And to be fair, especially because a lot of United fans will say that they wanted Pochettino. Pochettino was at Spurs for how long and didn't win a trophy?
Zero trophies.
Zero trophies. But everyone's saying, well, Pochettino would be a good fit. Brendan Rodgers, at least last season, won an FA Cup with Leicester City. So, you could say it's just an FA Cup, but at least he's still got something to...
Oh, no. That's huge. Like, because my thing is, like, even if he didn't win any trophies, like, fine. But the fact that he has actually won a trophy with freaking Leicester City, that's... Basically,
do you remember which
team? For me, he's done more at Leicester City than Pochettino for Tottenham.
And, like, because I can't remember, what team did he beat in that FA Cup final?
So...
Did that team in the FA Cup final go on to win the Champions League?
I'll tell you the team that he beat in that final. So Aguero.
That's this. It's just a bit.
No. I said I'll go for it. Give me the chance to answer. I'm gonna answer your question.
It's just the thing I'm making the point is that team that he beat in the FA Cup final went on to win the CL. So it just show you that
according to who?
It just shows tactically Brendan Rodgers can be on point, because how can he take a team to then beat,
this team basically beat the CL holders.
Did
I mean, as far as I'm aware, Chelsea?
As far as you're aware.
As far as I'm aware, it was Chelsea versus Leicester in the FA Cup.
Oh, was
final.
it? Okay.
I appreciate that Villa also beat Chelsea in the last day of the season with Dean Smith, and he's no longer coach. Doesn't really mean that much, but he got the trophy. You know what I mean?
Bro, do you remember the days? See, you guys are young, man. Do you remember the days of PowerPoint? I remember when you had to do like a PowerPoint. See, some of you kids don't know, but back in the day, there was this thing called Windows PowerPoint. Remember when you had to do a PowerPoint presentation in class?
Yeah.
And that thing would hardly ever work. And so,
man,
Windows was trash, man.
The pain. These kids, man, they don't know how easy they have it.
No. We grew up in the days of PowerPoint presentations, dial-up. Freaking dial-up. Remember Microsoft and Encarta?
Microsoft what?
Microsoft Encarta.
What was that?
Bro, remember when if you had to look up something or something, there's this thing called you must know. It depends how old you are. You have to look up, if you have to look up anything, like something, there's this thing called Microsoft Encarta, and it was like an encyclopedia of just things. So that, yeah, I think bro, you know
I think Carter.
Bro, that was from back, and it was trash, bro. Missy, before Wikipedia.
Century.
Yeah, Missy, before Wikipedia, there was Microsoft Encarta.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think I ever used it. I don't think it ever. It just never. No, like it. I must have.
You must have. That's fine. Wait, hold on. No. See, we should be doing this, but. Oh no. Oh no. I don't remember mine because there was this other game that I used to play, but I can't remember. But no, bro, it was wild. That stuff was wild, man. Yes, pro clubs is tonight. Yes, unfortunately, yes. We're going on tonight. Unfortunately, wait. Do you have FIFA?
No. I stopped.
Bro, don't, bro. You see, we do. It's purely for vibes and laughs. Like, after this, I'm gonna order some takeaway because it's 15% off my takeaway, and I'm gonna go and get something to go and drink, and it's just gonna be Friday night vibes. Red Devil. This game is gutter trash.
Yeah,
this game is gutter trash.
I knew it would be. I've not bought in a FIFA since I think FIFA 17. I did switch to PES and I just enjoyed it, but then now they're basically ruining PES now. So
because have you heard? Basically, they said that they actually released a statement because eFootball was so trash and so crap. They've now delayed it to like spring next year. So basically, they refunded people and so forth because I mean that's just sad, bro. Because I was thinking like the best football game was Pro Evo. That's what I agree. Football. Bro,
especially Pro Evo. In terms of one, not the one before this one. So that's it. Pro Evo 18 or whatever. Pro Evo 18, 19, I think it was like that. That was absolutely amazing.
Because I remember I think about Pro Evo. There's a bit because obviously where when you're using Robin, when you're using Pirlo, because then this whole player ID things, and because the thing is that when you're playing Pro Evo, you're in a football match, bro. Magpie, we'll be playing Pro Club. The kinds of things that would happen. It's like you press. It's like, no FIFA. No, I press triangle.
Yeah,
I pressed it. You can't just. Do you know what the worst thing was? We had one game to win to go to the division, and we played against 10 men. Do you know what FIFA does? When you go down to 10 men, they improve your players.
Okay.
So somehow the players become better when they go down to 10 men because FIFA puts in this whole. I'm like, you dumb morons, bro. Look. I mean that. As I said, I just do it for vibes, man. I just play for vibes. Your boy has sense. Rooney gets far on. Scholes gives pedicures with his mouth. Rio and Giggs, the adulterers. Oh, Rio? Ole, the escape plug Wally, if you know. Fergie, if I speak. Bro, I think he just dropped a diss tape.
I could rip his club, in the fact that Suarez was a racist. that Carragher, spits on people. That Gerrard basically gets into boxing matches. The list could go on and on and on. And so it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
And what's it called? LSK says, LSK, what on tonight, bro? What on tonight? Remember, get your alcohol and so forth. You'll need it. We're on tonight. Someone tell this man HH. Oh, does it still exist?
Yeah, of course, PowerPoint still exists.
Oh wow, no, I thought they did away with that trash. So
no,
so bringing your hold on things. Look, with Aguero, the status we now have with Aguero is 90 days. He's going to be monitored with his heart for 90 days, and then he's now going to make a decision with regards to whether he wants to continue or not. But Mark, my thing is that I just take myself back to Eriksen and what happened with him and so forth. And anything, when I just hear hearts and it's football, I know there's a guy who has a pacemaker. I think it's the Danish midfielder. I've forgotten Delaney. I think Delaney has a pacemaker within him. But all I'm just saying is,
here's a question, and I'm curious to see what, and especially coming from my medical perspective, is a question, because I mean, it could be just because there's more media attention on these things. There've been in a lot of instances, but I have been wondering, with the sheer amount of games, like even now hearing that, the they wanted to make the World Cup biennial, like trying to, obviously with the Qatar World Cup, like trying to, even the new Champions League format from 2024, which is going to make more games. I do wonder whether the increased frequency of games, the lack of rest, all that type of stuff, whether it's bringing to bear some of these things that wouldn't have come up had we not have the increased intensity. So, essentially what I'm saying is that, like, maybe back in the day when they weren't playing as many games, there wouldn't necessarily be the same amount of strain on people's bodies, and therefore some of these things would have just gone undetected. Whereas now, because of the increase in demand on players in terms of physical fitness, in terms of when they play, and increase in games, I'm just wondering whether now some of these things, because most of these players aren't going to get regular heart scans for Moses, what have you. They're not going to do that. So are these things now coming more to the forte because of the increased expectation demand on players and increasing games? Or do you think it's just, we just happen to be seeing more of them and then we're just getting more media attention on it? Am I making sense here?
Yeah, I mean, so you're saying that because of the media attention, people will now be maybe having a lot more of these heart scans and so forth.
No. What I'm saying is that, like, are we? Because obviously the Aguero thing, Christian Eriksen, and so on. And I think there was, I can't remember. There was another case. I'm trying to remember that. It might have been in Liga. I can't remember. But my point, I guess, is that, like, is the reason that we're maybe seeing more of this, because this was usually quite rare, and now we're seeing is it just solely, listen, social media age, media attention, we're just seeing more focus on stuff like this? Or do you think it's because, and I asked the chat as well, that the expectation of players to play more games, to be more fit, is putting more pressure, physical pressure, on people's hearts? So therefore, these things that would normally not be detected are now becoming more detected, if that makes sense.
For me, I think I might go with the latter, because I think the sheer amount of games, if you compare the amount of games a top team plays now to what they used to do like in the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, it is way more. And now when I think of what they now want to put the players through with the World Cup, where the season is not going to have a mid-season break, World Cup, then 8 days after the final, you're not going to resume the season. It's crazy. Because if you play for a top team that reaches the Champions League final or goes during the Champions League final, that goes deep into the cups, you're playing almost 50 games a season, 50 full proper games. Because
I'm bringing up a specialist comment. I don't disagree with this. I do think, like, for various different reasons, for lack of stuff like that, more players did back to this. So I'm not saying that that because of this increased pressure that we're going to have more players die. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, like, I don't know whether the increase. Essentially, what I'm saying is that some of these players, there's a possibility that if maybe the intensity of games and matches that we are playing now in the modern game, if that intensity was less, maybe some of these cardiac instruments wouldn't come to the forefront, is what I'm saying. So so would we potentially see more players with these cardiac
I mean, for me,
for
me, it's a difficult one though, because I do think that I'm not sure whether there's any evidence to say, oh, geez, there's a high number of these hard things happening. Because again, I don't know of a plethora or many kind of instances where people with heart issues are now coming through. I don't think. I mean, yeah, we've seen a few, but not a huge or a high number. So. But I just think with more and more games happening, there is a danger of you creeping, because with the games rising higher and higher, there is a danger of going there. But my thing is that, like, let's say in the past few seasons or so forth, how many players can you give me that have suffered from a heart condition or so forth? I don't think you can name up to 10 cases, or 6, 7 cases.
Exactly.
So I just don't think. But then again, it's like it's one of those things that where, like, I still think it's a rare thing, but if you keep pushing the game, because again, I think even Lewandowski said, bro, no one really cares about us. Like,
play off, exactly.
Yeah, no one can play well. Like, we're having to play so many games because we just say, oh, they can do 30, oh, they can do 40, they can do 50. Because you just keep on piling on and on. Because remember, the more games you have, the more money you can make through advertising, through TV, and so forth. So you want to really plunder the player as much as possible. But for me, I think for Aguero, he needs to be very careful, though. He needs to be very, because this is what I said. If the doctors give him the all clear, and God forbid something bad happens, you can't blame the doctors, because the doctor will say, "We're going to sign this contract." And say, "Bro, from our medical expertise, we think you're fine." But if something bad happens to you, you can't now come and sue us. So really, the choice is down to you if you want to go through and go ahead and play. I mean,
that's it. That's it. I mean, it sometimes comes as like how passionate you are about it, like what you want to build. But I think depending on what the results are, whether like and the calculated risk, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, listen, I've got my money, it is what it is. Like, I'm good. I don't need to play football really. And again, I can be revising wrong.
Yeah.
But.
Now, I want you to see. Audience, please tell me if you actually no. Red Devil, don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. I want you to tell me who you think this is. Don't look at the chat, because I know the chat. Don't look at the chat. Do you know who this is?
Is that Neymar? Is that
ding 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 bingo?
What's he doing?
This is training. Connect the dots. Basically, that's a training page. That's a training camp that he's landed on.
I don't know what you want to say, HH.
Neymar arrived to training in a helicopter, custom made. I mean, I'll say that I've never seen that before. Okay. This is new. I've never known of any player arriving to training camp in a custom made helicopter. Look at that. PPNJR.
He doesn't even look like he looks like he's literally, because he's in a basketball like V-neck. It looks like he's coming. Like, either he was out last night, or he's busy chilling with people, mates or whatever. Like in I don't know, New York or whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'm back, guys. Bro, you're not even in. Like, you're on the training floor. You're not even in training gear. Like you know what I mean? You like, I don't get it, bro. Like, who turns up to training wearing essentially you've just come from the court or something? I don't get it, man. I don't.
Look,
I mean, I mean, let the guy live. I mean, let him live, man.
Because my thing here is so basically Brazil have qualified for the World Cup, and they haven't lost the game and so forth and everything. Do you? Because I know Wilton is the most biased person on planet Earth. Do you believe, or do you see a scenario where Neymar can lead Brazil to the World Cup. They're in. It's obviously winning, but they're in. They're fully in there. They'll be in Qatar in November. During Santa Claus times, do you see a scenario where he can lead them to a World Cup victory? Because I still say no. I say no. I say if they run into France,
sorry, keep on. I think it depends on the path, because I guess it's difficult because you say if you run into France, but I still don't trust that France defense, if I'm perfectly honest. If Switzerland were able to do that and that was a shock, and Switzerland, it wasn't a fluke. They played like this. If it wasn't for, I think,
Kimpembe tax.
No, even before that, like if had Lloris not made that save, it would have been 2-0. And let's be real, that would the game would have been out of sight. I would have thought. So overall, like Switzerland deserved to win that game. So France are not like memorable. So Germany, I think was they on the flick they pop in. So but you don't know. Obviously England are kind of could be Southgate's a fraud, but they're in the kind of the mix. Spain, Italy, obviously there. I think it depends on the run. I think it's almost like I think so many of the teams, I would say there's not really a standout. This team is going to go and just dominate everyone. Every team almost has its like weakness, I think. So if Brazil had a good run to the final, I could see them maybe getting to the semi-final, depending on what team they're paired against. And Alisson, Edison, solid keepers. The defenses is a bit more solid as well.
Vinny. Vinicius, but
and Vinicius.
I'm not sure whether Vinicius is. I'm not sure whether if you give me Neymar, Coutinho, Vinicius, they're good. I don't think that is good enough to go all the way to win this whole thing. That's my issue.
Argentina.
I know McKinney and Thiago Silva are quite. It's a good team. If it comes down to, I'm not sure whether they can go all that way, bro. That's my thing. That's just my issue.
I mean, maybe they should do a Barcelona record Dani Alves back. Who knows,
bro? Well, last time they won the Copa America, they had Dani Alves, and in the Copa America this time they didn't have Dani Alves. So oh fuck you, man. 88 Apostle, thank you for the drop. He says that late 99 to 2000s UCL round of 16 was regrouped in groups of 4, and then the knockout started in the quarterfinals. I think it was scrapped after the 04 Euros. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember because that's why because I just remember that United run so clearly well, but how you had one group, then you had to now go into another group. So it was actually even harder back in the older formats to actually go through in the Champions League. Obviously, look, man, bro.
To me, that if UEFA wanted more games, I'd rather they go back to that than what they're doing from 2024, 2024, where they're going to put everyone into that big group, and then they're going to kind of randomly select who you play. So you don't play everyone in the one group. You play 8 matches. And it just
but see, for me, it's just that was all we're given, but I didn't like this format. I didn't like this format at all, because my thing, keep it clean, keep it streamlined, keep it simple. You have a group, and then you have the next round. Boom, boom, boom. You have this group, and they go to because see this well for TV rights and so forth, but it just becomes convoluted.
Oh no, what I'm saying is that you're right. I agree the current format is the best one, but I'm just saying the next format that we're going to, I just see is like, for me, just doesn't make any sense, because you're basically, it's just one group in the beginning. So they're scrapping group stage, it's just one group, and you're not playing everyone in that group. So you randomly are going to decide which 8 teams you play as a team in that group.
Yeah,
and then based on the points that you have a ranking, and then just the way that it's constructed makes way less sense than what this format did, which at least still kept the group.
No. If it's between that new Bombers format and this one, I'd easily take this 100%. But look, UEFA, man, we know how UEFA these guys are. King Goodman says we are a brick squad: Alonso, J5, Kai, Werner, Mount.
No, King Banny. No.
Have respect.
No, you are the Champions League current holders right now and on course potentially for a treble, being top of the league, current CL holders, and still in the FA Cup. Respect Chelsea FC, Kim Mbani. Respect Chelsea FC.
Mbani, have faith, have hope.
Yeah.
Daddy U says Suleiman wants me banned because I supported Robbie. Bro, look, if you supported Robbie and so forth, man, that's your own prerogative and everything. We are as long as you're not a racist, a psycho, or Daddy Us, you're fully welcome here. You know. So Innocent F says, thank you for mentioning England. # winning it all.
I mean, I don't know who the manager of England is going to be then. This is assuming that they potentially get a change in manager. Like, well, the irony is...
So you don't think that the gates can lead them to glory in Qatar?
Well, the irony is that if my manager, you know, if Eddie Howe had not taken the Newcastle job, to be honest, I think Eddie Howe could probably have won. Could have won the tournament with, like if Eddie Howe was manager.
So is Emmanuel is he confirmed to be the sporting director?
Confirmed. Sorry, who?
Emmanuel, the Chelsea guy, sporting director.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's 100%, but I heard
because that guy was good. Like Marina is trash, you know. # means. So this guy was huge for Chelsea. But they said he wanted to be the sporting director at Newcastle.
I've heard rumors, but I've not seen the confirmation yet. So, but I'll double check, because if that is true, well, bro. And then think about it. You know, next year you get Mourinho back from Roma, and then you're gonna start to pop off, man. You're gonna start to pop off. Things are gonna pop off in the Northeast, man. But anyway.
Look,
Thank you.
Neymar is the Kanye West of football. They're on a different level with how they live and think. But I'm a fan of both. Big up Fake Pies Studio. Actually, I like that. No, I think that Kanye West is a joke. The guy's a joke. Neymar is just a party guy. Neymar doesn't think like, oh, I'm this kind of. No, he likes to have fun. He has money, and he just like nothing Neymar does is like different or wild or crazy. He's just a Brazilian guy that likes to have fun, and that's it. Kanye, on the other hand, bro, is just a freaking rich dude who thinks he's smart, but he ain't smart. And how sure are you that he'll lift up the World Cup though?
Yes, that.
That's my thing. Your boy that you says 27 years, only 2 CLs, massively overrated. I think that's a shot at your boy Fergie, bro. That's a shot at your boy Fergie.
Is he?
And then he also says European World Cup qualification is a joke. What the hell is Andorra? Respect Andorra, but yes, it is a flipping joke. He said 27 years with only 2 UCLs. I think that was a shot at your boy.
Oh right. Oh, does it? How many managers in total football have won more than 2 Champions Leagues?
Only a few. I think it's only Zizou,
Zidane,
Ancelotti, Mourinho.
Mourinho hasn't won 3.
Yeah, so no. I'm going to
no. Let's fact check.
She said we said Zidane.
I said more than 2.
We said Zidane. We said Ancelotti. We said Mourinho. So
where's Mourinho's third?
So it's only those 3. Only those 3. Okay, fair enough. It's a 3 cards.
Chat. Can you help me? Where was Jose's UCL? Please.
So Saki. I think Arrigo Saki. I think Arrigo Saki has 3 European Cups. So yeah. So Ancelotti, Zidane, Saki, Mourinho. So only 4 guys have more than 2.
I don't know where Mourinho has this.
No. I said Zidane.
Zidane and Mourinho.
No. I said Zidane.
I count Porto, Inter.
Ancelotti. I said Saki.
Where's the third one coming from?
So.
Oh yeah, so I forgot. Paisley. Paisley has 3. When the Cup to Liverpool. That's
okay.
True.
So Paisley, Zidane, Ancelotti, Saki, Mourinho. So only 5 managers.
I still don't get where Mourinho's
have won more than 2. So
I don't get it.
5 is still sizable. 5 is still sizable, bro. 5 is still a sizable number.
4 it seems, but
Daddy Us says Liechtenstein sounds like a German dish. You
Relax.
spelled Liechtenstein wrong.
Relax.
And it does sound like a German dish. I'll give that. It does sound like a German dish, but but they held 9. See, when you hold 9, how
They were down to 10 men, though, weren't they?
does that make that makes no
I
difference.
mean, Barca are more professional football come there, and they held 8 to Bayern. So
Dajo RAF says, HH, have you seen Anthony play? People are saying he will be the next Brazilian star. Check out Anthony is Brazil's next showboat video on YouTube. Because his name sounds familiar. Who does he play for again?
I can't remember.
Is he the guy that plays for Ajax? Like, chat, is Anthony the guy that plays for Ajax? Because I think I may have seen a clip of him. Is Anthony the dude that plays for Ajax? Chat, talk to me. Who does Anthony play for? Because if it's the dude that play for Ajax, then I think I did see a little bit of him, and I think the guy looks all right. But look, Brazil will always produce guys. They always produce guys. All I'm saying is that, yeah, Ajax. I was right. Yeah. So yeah. I have seen clips of him. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. So yeah, no. He looks good. He looks good. Look, he looks good. He looks good, man. But my thing though is, okay, you put him in there, put it in there, and so forth. Because remember when Robinho first came in onto the stage, Robinho came in and they said he was going to be the next Pele. Bro, it didn't really happen like that. Zoting TV says, HH, if Neymar never wins the Ballon d'Or, he is a disgrace. It will be it will be probably one of the biggest disappointments, I think, in football history if Neymar goes through his career and never actually wins the Ballon d'Or. That would be horrible. That'll be horrible. Now, LSK Laxer says, can you add
treble subtitles to that London Blues versus United battle, or at least double subtitles? RDS, did you understand anything from that video tour, bro? Well, I can't really comment what RDS said, but as you know, as a Newcastle fan, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real here. Like I said at the start, one team, won a Champions League in that video.
How many goals did you concede?
The other team did not.
How many goals? Okay, how many goals did you concede in the season?
And the thing is this. And what's I'm addressing. Sorry, Hedge, I'm just addressing this comment. So because you brought me here to co-host, I'm addressing the comment.
And now I regret it.
And the one thing is that this team, this London Blues team, as you speak of it, have still yet to win a double or even a treble. It's strange that they've not done that. You know what I mean in that sense. So, personally, for me, yeah, my advice would be if you just put in brackets somewhere, like double winning or treble winning or whatever side, and then Chelsea, then maybe that would be a bit more accurate.
That's so. Basically, do you have the record for the least amount of goals conceded? What record
does that give you a trophy last time?
No.
I'm curious.
What record does that? Because I know Chelsea have the record for least goals conceded and the first team to beat a top team in their own home ground in a CL final. I know Chelsea have that.
Okay.
So what record does the United team have?
Just out of curiosity,
okay.
the team that United team beat, was it? Which team was that? Do you remember?
Daddy says Fergie is a con man, needs to be inducted 2 in 27. Now,
okay,
I wouldn't say inducted.
What also
27.
What I also need to say about that is that people need to remember that English teams were banned from the Champions League for wasn't 5 or 6 years.
Here we go.
Oh, it's true. It's true. They were banned because Liverpool. Do you remember the history? Liverpool. Was it this? There was a disaster. I think they were in Turin. Liverpool versus Juventus. I remember reading about it. And basically, the UEFA Europe were they're kicking these guys out. So Liverpool were banned for 6 years, and I think all they were winning for 5 years. So for the beginning of the Premier League, English teams were banned from the Champions League up until I think it might have been was it 95, 6, possibly? But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that like potentially it could have been more had that ban not been in place.
I think that's cap, and I think that we're gonna have to, and we're gonna have a discussion. We're probably gonna have a discussion this week. We're having a manager discussion this weekend because I'm not bringing it, because I just need some things answered, and I think that is the best thing to do, to have that discussion. So, Magpie Studio, I do regret making you a co-host, but we'll see how you do so far. Because this is a trial period for you. If you pull up any comments that indict me or so forth, I'll remove your co-hosts.
I feel this is an important comment by Shane, though. This is a great.
Guys, we'll be back here on Shane. Were you crying at the end of that 2012 UCL final? I just want to know. Because I know Bayern fans were crying when we beat you guys in 2012 in your own home ground. I just wanted to know whether you cried or did you get, so was it more of an anger reaction or an emotional reaction when we beat you in your house in 2012? That's also what I want to know.
You never convincingly. He's trying to say, what would it feel like if you convincingly beat a team, as opposed to fluking your way to beating the team?
Yeah, it was convincing because we said what's up. It's like it's called Dud. Shane's called Dud. It's called Dud. So guys, we're gonna be back here tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. A whole host of stuff, trivia, games, whole lot of stuff, beautiful stuff for you guys in there. So come in, we'll have a whole lot of nice, interesting topics to get you through this whole tough international break, man. So guys, peace out, stay true, stay real, and I'll see you guys on the other one. One love.
Peace.